Hey, good Monday morning, and welcome to week two of the Beginner's Guide to Real Estate. Hopefully, you had a great week last week, and as I mentioned in the intro and week one intro as well, that there is plenty to do here. So, if you decide to take on this challenge, we're going to have plenty of it, and it doesn't stop now. So, let's go through this week's assignments, and hopefully, you're catching this early on your Monday morning, and we can get your week started off right. Number one is attend the Jumpstart class. I asked you to register for a Jumpstart class. We've tried to arrange these where that would be this week if you are registered. If not, you need to plan on getting the next one that is taught live. It's taught live in the Tampa market, generally the last week of the month, and it's usually on a Monday. So you may be headed there now as we speak. So that's that. Find a grow session group that would be closest to you. Attend on Monday mornings. What I'm doing is most Monday mornings in the spring and in the fall, as I'm hosting grow sessions, I'm wandering around the Tampa locations on Mondays. In Orlando, they're happening on Fridays, and in Jacksonville, Kevin Hicks is handling them on a specific Monday. You can find all those grow sessions. They're just kind of a mastermind groups, a chance to get together with other agents, dialogue. Sometimes there is a specific topic. Sometimes they take a life of their own, so it can be varied in how it goes. So take a look at those. As a quick reminder, I'm going to show you on FHR regular joint or Future Home Realty website. Once you agent log in and you go to the calendar, here is the calendar we're looking at currently. For instance, this happens to be February of 2019 when I'm doing this. If you notice here, business grow sessions. They wander around. There are 4 Tampa Bay area offices, so I hit one of each of them each time. But some of them have grown into where they actually become grow groups where they meet on the off weeks as well. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. That's where you can find that. Get back to my document here. Last week, I encouraged you to sign up for an MLS class, so hopefully you've been able to do that. If you have done it and are attending one this week, that would be on your order to do, was attend the local MLS class from your board. Shift it to an upcoming week if it's not available or it wasn't designed, but the goal would be to have you take your MLS class as well as an add edit class. A lot of times they're taught on the same day. So you want to be able to do that, and then also a public records class from your board. All right, loaded up with classes this time, but you have to have the education. These are skill sets that are imperative to your real estate career, so you need to have that down. You need to understand it and understand it well, not just figure it out on the fly. All right. Once you've done that, I'm going to ask you this week to create a search for either an actual buyer or a sample search for an imaginary buyer. Just make one up. Be yourself. Hey, I'd love to move. I'd love to, so you're going to learn in these classes how to do a search and how to set up a client and how to save their search parameters and then send them an automatic email, and then whether or not you're going to CC yourself on that email. And then every time a new property comes on the market that fits their criteria, it's going to automatically email them. All this stuff is going to be in there, which is again why you can see why it's a critical thing, especially if you're going to start working with buyers based upon your last week's assignment of effective open houses. All right. So create a search, schedule an RPR class. RPR is Realtor's Property Resource. It digs deeper into valuation of property and how you go about finding information about what things have sold for, even if they're off MLS and so on and so forth. All right. The boards teach them, in addition, RPR themselves have an online class. So I would encourage you to go and begin to inundate yourself and expose yourself to the RPR information. It's really good stuff. Just as a practice, pull the public records search on the home you're living in now. All right, so take a look at your home, whether it be a rental or you own it, and see what you can find out by looking at public records about that. Now, once with that information and after you've attended RPR, I want you to do a market analysis of your home. All right. The home that you just pulled. All right. So I want you to do a market analysis based upon your knowledge of what you learned from MLS, RPR, and everything else. Then I'm going to encourage you to go to the FHR University site and watch Think Like an Appraiser class. This was just recorded. It is fabulous information. It's about 2 hours long. It is incredible detail on thinking like an appraiser. It's taught by someone who owns an appraisal company that manages hundreds of appraisers, and he's extremely knowledgeable. So you need to go dig in there. The PDF of his slides are right below or included in that. So you want to download those and take a look at it as well. All right. Then we're going to get back to our contract stuff. I asked you last time to attend classes for our sections 1 through 9. We're going to finish those up. 10 through 18, you might want to spread those out through the week, it means if there are roughly 8 or 9 of them, attend 2 a day until you get them knocked out. All right, from the FHR University site. Sit an open house. That seems like pretty early. Well, if you watched our open house class, as I suggested last week, you now know how to go schedule one, figure one out, find one that's going to generate as much traffic as possible. Also, if you watched 100K intro, you'll talk about that. If you want more detail on how to actually schedule an open house and find one, you might want to watch a second week or a week 2 100K because they have that information as well. And then finally, I've included here, in addition to this being attached to the quick video I'm listing here, is research and read the mentorship agreement. We have a mentorship agreement. We have a mentorship program here at Future Home Realty. If you're brand new in the business, it's something you very seriously may want to consider. We don't mandate anybody does it. The nice thing is you'll see it is not a year-long agreement or anything like that. It's just basically 3 transactions. It's very friendly to you, the mentee, but also compensates the mentor out of your commissions, but it'd be invaluable in my opinion. You need to read through it and understand and see if it would be something that you think would be viable for you. And if so, I run that. I'm Bob McDougald. I run that, so you can reach out to me directly and see if I can try and begin to match you up with a potential mentor, because we have you join and meet for coffee first just to make sure there appears to be a good fit. Finally, since this is a Monday, every Monday and Friday, if you remember, from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern, if on the calendar again, let's go back to the calendar, you'll note that I have virtual office hours via Zoom. All right, so you can go on here. If you click on that, you'll see the link to where you can join. You can cut and paste that link in. You notice it is join the Zoom meeting here. You would just cut and paste that, or actually click on that link. It would open up Zoom, and you may have to download for the first time if you never used Zoom. No charge. It just allows you to join and ask me questions. So maybe if you have questions specific to what we're talking about this week, feel free to reach out regarding that. And that is there. And finally, I want to make sure you note on FHR University's site, which you should know already because you're here, that in FHR University, if you go down under Business Basics, the Beginner's Guide to Real Estate, we are going to begin we have last week's recording as well as the assignment week 1. You can go through, these will be here, so if you can go back and review last week's stuff or ever need to come back once we remove this from the main page, it's only going to be here Mondays, these specific Mondays from 9:30 till around 2 p.m. and then it'll be moved into the Beginner's Guide to Real Estate. So just so you're aware of that. By the way, you need to dig through this and find out where things are. Rather than just call someone and say, I can't find it, you need to look through all the tabs to find the classes you need. You're going to learn that we are very big promoters of you being able to do what you need to do. So that is week 2. Again, plenty to do this week, plus maybe playing catch up from last week. Not here to overwhelm you, but you need to have this skill set so you can hit the ground running and be as effective as you want to be in the real estate business. As always, I'll have my live virtual office hours Mondays and Fridays, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. If you have any questions in the meantime, reach out to Jim and myself. We're happy to answer questions along the way if we're not teaching a class or on another phone call. So reach out, but I want to know that you have support and you have means to gain it, so we're always here. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you at one of our events if you're coming or any other opportunities. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.